My story began as a child in growing up in Shfea, Meir Shfea, a youth village, and later on went on to specialize in internal medicine and critical care, and to lead the medical intensive care unit, a unit that is special because it treats complicated medical patients. And since the COVID-19 epidemic, we have also taken on treating critically ill patients with COVID-19, patients who need mechanical ventilation and resuscitation. So at Hadasha we're very lucky because there is a very strong critical care infrastructure in Hadasha. We have many intensive care units, so we have a lot of critical care trained doctors and nurses. So really the pool of intensivists that could treat these patients is relatively large. The other advantage that we have is that the medical wards are used to treating critically ill, even ventilated patients on a regular basis. As we do not have enough critical care beds to ventilate everybody in the ICU, some of the patients end up being ventilated in the medical wards. This is historical, it's not recent. So the medical and nursing staff in the medical wards were actually used to and skilled in treating critically ill, mechanically ventilated patients. We were pioneers in the medical research of treatments for COVID-19. The other thing that we developed was a collection of convalescent plasma from patients who were developing antibodies to COVID-19. And we were pioneers because we started developing a concentrated antibody, specific antibody serum to treat patients with COVID-19. We are doing everything we can to help these patients and to help their families cope with this unique and terrible situation. So we were actually one of the first hospitals to start letting family members in the Corona unit initially to say goodbye to patients who were dying, so that they don't die alone and that they have their relatives with them. But subsequently we started letting families into patients who are not necessarily dying but are in the ICU, so that they can see them and they touch them and speak to them and support them. So we actually do a lot of work in helping patients and their families cope and communicate with each other. We have iPads, we have iPhones, we have visiting hours, as I said. So really this is very, very crucial. This epidemic gave me a chance to face death in extreme conditions of a disease that we do not know, of patients who deteriorate very, very quickly. They can be fine 1 minute and barely breathing another minute. To be able to carry out my true mission and to save as many lives as I can, even in the most difficult conditions.